You're the basketball guy.
Taylor,
You're the guy that said the hoop should be 12 feet tall and there should be 4 players.
Why not?
It's stupid.
First of all, people take basketball more seriously than some people take fucking religion. It's a stupid fucking game with really tall guys bouncing a ball and throwing it through a fucking hoop. Stop taking it so goddamn seriously. It's a game that children play and that for some reason grown men jerk off to a uniform. That's what your sports franchises are. You like a uniform because the players, the coaches, everybody are moving around constantly. You're a fan of a uniform of a bunch of grown men playing a children's game.
The tight pants in particular.
Well,
it's silly to begin with. So if I suppose that a 12-foot goal would make things interesting, I'm not saying that you're wrong because you're a Muslim. I'm saying that it's a stupid fucking game. So why not make it 12 foot? Why not add some fucking pit holes out there and throw fucking pit vipers in them? Maybe every now and then LeBron doesn't make it to the hole. He falls in the pit. The Viper's getting no more LeBron. That'd be a fun game for me to watch. I don't care. Like,
I would
it's
watch
just a
that game. Seems like you're adding a lot of luck into it, though.
You remember that game where it was like maybe on Spike TV or something, and it was like basketball except they added trampolines all over the court.
Oh yeah, that was okay. Now,
that was a cool game.
Your 12-foot net and 4 players thing, in my mind, would make this game like the 50s, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
Can I just say on the trampolines, I'd want more than 5 players. I want people colliding midair. I want more than 2 goals too. There should be goals everywhere, and they should be different amounts.
I don't know. That trampoline thing to me was about perfect. That was great. I really liked that. And there was checking. Right? They put glass around the sides like in hockey, and you could lay a shoulder into somebody. And then
every now and then someone fell, and they had pads around the springs of the trampoline. But if you felt the right trajectory, you go down below and get all fucked up. I like that too. Sports are too safe these days. We're complaining about concussions in the NFL. They need to take those fucking helmets, put some spikes on those things. Like, remember the Rhino, that Spider-Man villain? I'd like to see that out there on the field. We really hold these sports stars to like such a high level. Like, oh, hope Tom Brady's knees are okay. I hope his knees explode next week. That'd be a hell of a show. Like, there should be more turnover.
There'd be so much turnover in professional sports if they had spiked helmets in foot. Like, they'd have to have teams of 600 people and calling people in from the stands. Like, you big fat fuck, third row, you're lineman now.
Taylor,
love that idea.
Have you ever shared the fantasy of wishing that you were called in from the stands?
Friday fan night. We pick one guy to come out on the court or the field or whatever it is. I would introduce that to my sport.
I would go. I'd watch him play hockey, and something about seeing it in person really demonstrates the gulf between me at my best in hockey and those pros. They take 3 strides from blue line to blue line. I'm good for like 11. Like, there's a giant difference between what they are and what I am. Even they pass so hard. It's not that unlike my shot. And and I don't know that I could catch, for lack of a better term, a pass that hard. Now, I've played with pros. And my experience is they pass that hard, but all I need to do is not fuck it up because they put it right on my tape and they make me look good. But if, for example, it wasn't right on my tape, it's super hard. But I'm like, man, I would love to try. I would love to try.
You know what they could do? It doesn't even have to interfere with the game. You know the little like breaks and silly things they do between periods. This is just for hockey. I don't know about basketball what they do in the like halftime or whatever.
Mascots jumping around and shit with trampolines.
Between periods in hockey they do something silly. They should have something like instead of the dumb games where you have some elderly woman fail at shooting the puck into the tiny little hole to win a fucking Prius, have it like fight the enforcer. So the enforcer from the team, you dress someone up, and if they can land a couple good punches and get the enforcer on his back, they get like a free hot dog. Or something, free hot dogs for life, or season tickets, something like that.
You give me free hot dogs for life, that would, you would get some motivated individuals out there on the ice.
But what you would get is a drunk idiot who just couldn't skate that well, kind of struggling, and then just takes a couple to the face real hard. It'd be great.
So we're always like supposing these imaginary fights, like Ronda Rousey versus
Michael Strahan,
Money Mayweather, or whatever the hell. Here's one that I think that maybe Woody might have a good idea on. If you put an MMA fighter out there on the ice,
right,
on skates, who wins that fight?
They'd get fucked up.
The MMA fighter would be ruined. Yeah.
No. Let me just add this little tidbit. he's not a hockey player, this MMA guy, but you give him a week to teach him the basics of skating. Like he can skate okay. Like
I've
he can-
seen
the
this
dynamics
done.
of like skating in a fight. Like you wouldn't know the other guy would be perfectly like knowing when to pull, when to push back, setting him off balance.
I'll
'cause
tell
that's
you-
half of what it is.
At the so I'm don't let me lie to anyone here. I was never like good hockey player. I played A and B league in beer leagues, right? That's who I was. And I was probably a better fit for B league, which is the second highest. And but at that level, a lot of times the better fighter is whoever skates better. You know, the guy who can push and pull and work the fact that you're dealing with skates better than the other one. You know,
I've been in a couple hockey fights, and half
Yeah.
of your energy at all times is devoted to like angling your feet correctly, so you're not susceptible to just getting tugged over by the
Yeah.
guy on a lucky pull.
Yeah, and to answer Kyle's thing, I saw there was one year I was living up in New Jersey and we root for the Flyers in the area I'm from. So they took a pro boxer and an enforcer and kind of put them together. And they did like they took the boxer and the enforcer and put them in a boxing ring and they did their thing. And the boxer really had his way with the enforcer. As a matter of fact, it wasn't long before he took pity on him and it became more of an instructional thing. Like, you know what, when you see this, there's the, at this distance you do this and at that, and the enforcer was just learning how to box. And then they put them on skates and oh my God, like if I thought the enforcer looked bad in the ring, the boxer was worthless on skates. The enforcer was just like, it was a joke to him. You know, he would grab him by the jersey, twist it up, and now the boxer literally couldn't throw his arms anymore. And then at will, he would just tug him around like he was a child. You know, like
the boxer
made the
walk
fall
out
saved
there
you.
like
Made the fall
someone-
saved you. I'm sorry?
Did the boxer walk out onto the ice like those kids who can't skate, like immediately grab the boards and
And they gave him
have
a little
someone hold their
practice
hand and pull
time.
him?
It wasn't like the cameras started rolling like as he entered the ice or something, you know, like he had oriented himself. But then you take an NHL enforcer, yet there's I'm not great at it, but there's a way to like grab the jersey and then twist it around and now you're all tied up and it's tight on you. And the enforcer did that to him right away. And now he completely controlled the distance. He controlled whether the boxer stood or fell. He would yank him like enough to cause him to fall and then save him. And
Yeah,
just, you know, but that
this
was
isn't done yet.
yeah, and that was like a mind game, like saved your life. And now you're like, fuck, he owns my life. You know, that guy is in charge of whether or not I can remain standing.
toying with him.
In that situation, you definitely want to be the guy who goes second in the challenges. Because if you go first and like if the boxer had beat the shit out of him, just like living it up, like just taking advantage of the fact he didn't know what he was doing. If then they'd gotten onto the ice, the enforcer just would have been like, this is ridiculous. Maybe this guy accidentally loses a finger when he falls down and I accidentally skate over him. That boxer, that was a very smart, calculated move by turning it into, let me teach you how to box so you don't fuck me up in half an hour when I put skates on for the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was pretty cool. And the conclusion, like at the end of the thing, is the boxer was really happy for the experience and he felt like his boxing got a little bit better. And then the boxer, of course, was more like, I will never use these skills ever again. Skating is just not my thing.
I don't know, maybe a free skate gets out of control. He needs to be the person who corrals in all those third graders.